Guys, welcome back to another video, lesson 21st. Today we're gonna focus on data fetching in Next.js. Haha. Finally, we came here, right? Um, Today we're gonna explore all the data fetching concepts in one lesson, but in the next two lessons we just focus on integrating with database using JSON server setup and caching or data cache or blah 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 and request memorization and time-based data validation or blah blah blah. All of the concepts will be applied to data fetching topic, right? Okay, if you're ready, let's get started. First of all, going to the before going to the data fetching, we need to understand server and client components as well. But before the lesson, we just already know server and client SSR or RSE, blah blah blah, right? And rendering data types. Rendering types. But server and client composition patterns are different in Next.js. For example, it's highly recommended by Next.js official website and Next.js officials. In server components, you know, if you're gonna server components, highly recommended just by data fetching and directly accessing backend resource and protecting sensitive information like access tokens or API keys using cookies or tokens or blah blah blah, right, on the server, and keeping large dependencies server side, which helps in reducing client side JavaScript, right, for the SEO optimization or um, you know or server loading types. And client-side compositions, client components, adding interactivity like use state or use hooks, and handling event listeners on click, on change, and managing state lifecycle effects, use state, use reducer, or blah blah blah. All of the hooks just interacting with the user. And browser exclusive APIs, for example, web API or browser API or blah blah blah. And custom hooks and also React class component, right? It's highly recommended to use some features in the client or server side as well. Okay. Uh, when it comes to data fetching in Uproader in Next.js, what is? Uproader uses RC architecture, which allows us to fetch data using either server components or client components. It doesn't matter what the type of your component. It's advantageous to fetch data using server components. They have direct access to server-side resources such as database or file system, right? And this not only taps into the server computational power and proximity to data resource for efficient data fetching and rendering, but also minimize the need for client-centric processing, right? I think this makes sense, the theory. In data fetching in Uploader, we will explore data fetching techniques using server and client components as well. In this lesson will take a long time. I don't know exactly. Server components support various configuration for catching, revalidating, and this topic features will be applied to the next lessons, right? On the client side, data fetching is typically managed through third-party libraries such as Tanks Query, which refers its own robust APIs, right? Yeah, you know, in data fetching, there are a lot of ways to use Next.js. Although it's a framework, we can use external packages, right? Like TenStack Query is very well known and popular among all developers, right? Why? Because TenStack Query supports a lot of features to display specific data or to handle some kind of request in the backend side as well. Some motivations or some combinations, something like that, right? Okay, and third-party libraries supported as well. Okay, that's all. We're gonna focus on directly JSON placeholder users in Next.js server components and client components as well. And loading and error state we will add during the lesson, right? Okay, without further ado, let's get started. We need to JSON go to the JSON placeholder. JSON placeholder. For testing a specific API, free fake API, for example, we need to find users. Users you can see right here, and copy the link and go to our code here. Okay, before in the previous lesson we just uh, explored some topics and we need to clear. Let me clear that out and rerun our code npm run dev. Okay, it's working. Turbo pack. We also close all of them files and just wrapping all of the files in uploader. We need to create users, right? We already have maybe users folder. I think no, it's not appearing. It's not displaying in the case. And users and dot page dot ts6 and rafc using the React snips. For example, users page. Okay, now we need to delete import React. We don't need now right now. So I'm gonna go to the users page. Let me delete in users change. When I'm opening the page, it should work, but it takes a long time. It's working. Users page is here, right? We need to how we can fetch specific data in the server side, right? Um, you know, in Next.js, every component is by default server component. Is a considered is a server component. But if you want to change to client side component, you need to add specific directive. Use client, right? But we don't use that because we need to only for now we apply our server components to this page, right? How we can do this? It's easy. It's very easy. For example, uh, we have asynchronous, say async, get users, and response, await, fetch JSON placeholder, and returns JSON directly. Yeah. And how we can get users. For example, we update async our components and wait as well, right? You can see right here. So I'm gonna print the console.log users. You can see right here, users data are here, right? It's working. It's working. We just get the specific data. It's very easy, right? Only the 3 or 4 line of code, right? Okay, but we need to display the data, but before moving on, we just define the specific data is an interface for the uh, interface. We need to create user, but ID, name, blah blah blah. Okay, but we don't have all of them, but only the specific one, not address, only the email and pawn and website. That's all. That's all. And we need to put that where? Right here. Okay. Uh, no, no, no. Sorry. No, right here. But maybe fetch. Ah, okay. I think got one. No, because our data should be right here. Okay. Okay. User. Yeah, I think it's working. We need to fix the implicit types for I mean for TypeScript, right? Okay, we got user, but it's not appearing. We need to display the data. How we can do this? Let me put out here. We need to display all of the data. Mm, so sorry. Uh, Let me the prompt here. Prompt here. Control I. Um, Display user data. Uh, Users data with beautiful UI. Like cards. Yeah. This AI tool fix all of our problems, right? Except because it doesn't take a lot of time. I need to limit that time. Okay. It's only the using types, tailwind CSS, and also users is mapping are here and displaying the specific data according to our user interface. You can see right here, our data is here. You can imagine. Okay, it's very, very fast, very, very fast. But why it's a problem? When I refresh the page, first of all, loading is appearing, right? When I deleted the loading page, okay, move the recycle bond. Okay, it's working. If I'm gonna refresh the page, loading is not appearing. It's not appearing. You can imagine. A lot of users can think about this page. It's static, not dynamic, not data fetching is here, right? Okay, that sounds great. Because if I'm gonna print the users from the API, you can see right here, user is appearing. But if I'm gonna go to the console, it's a server component, right? What the problem is? It's a hydration. No problem, no problem. It's previous errors. You can see right here, server. It's rendering on the server and also canceling in the browser as well. But in our case, in your server components, will update your data fetching in the server side, not in the client side, right? Okay, we sounds great. We just did it. But um, if you wanna, loading in error state, if you wanna add the loading or error state, you can create the loading.t6 file and also load error.t6 file as well, right? Let me the uh, control control E add loading spinner in Next.js here. Using the no 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 not using the you know it's an error. Yeah, it's an error. AI makes a you know makes an error and makes a mistake, right? If I'm gonna go to the loading the page, loading UI, you can see right here all loading.js or blah 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 or something like that, and copy that function and pass it here. But we need to update. We need to update. For example, maybe not loading, but I need to beautify. I need to make it beautiful, right? How we can do it? For example, AI create a spinner spinner in Tailwind, right? We need to do that. Oh, you can see right here, it's working. Yeah, it's working. So I'm gonna control that file. So I'm gonna go to our users page. I'm gonna refresh. Uh, it's an error user error.t6. Okay. Let me that take the file temporarily. We need to update then later on. You can see right here. You can see right here. But you don't feel the loading state. But we need to feel the loading state. You know we add promise. We add promise resolve no you know we need to update the page. No, update the timeout. For example, how we can do that? Okay. Now, if it's not happen, we need to go to the network and slow 3G, sorry, 3G. You can see, no, it's not appearing yet. It's not appearing because we need to look at the loading state, but it's not appearing. Okay, no problem. But we need to fix with another way. How we can do this? Await, promise, or a new promise, resolve, set timeout, resolve 1000 or 2 seconds, right? 2 seconds. Okay. I mean, what I mean by that, my page, user page, could be appeared after 2 seconds, for waiting the loading state. So I'm gonna refresh. You can see no appearing. What the problem is? No, it's not appearing. It's not appearing. I think uh because of the border gray or blah blah blah. Not border gray, but white maybe. Okay. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's working. It's working. You can imagine. We will fix it. We fixed already, right? It's a if you refresh the page, but not highly recommended to use promise because you know delaying your data from the server, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Just only in the display your data is possible, right? Because users want for one specific data to see on the screen, right? Immediately. Okay, sounds great. We need to error page as well, error 6 as well. How we can do this? Go to the page and error.js. And we need to copy that file, copy that, copy, and pass it here. Okay, try again, or blah, blah, blah. How we can do this? For example, if I'm gonna refresh the page, it's working properly, but if something went wrong, for example, backend side is a problem, for example, if I'm gonna refresh the page, loading state is working, and something went wrong, try again, right? Try again. Yeah, it's working. It is an error stage. It's a, I mean, error state in our case. Yeah, for the, for backend and I mean, in the server components, that's working like this. Error and loading state if you wanna add to the your component. But if you wanna use the server component for data fetching, not highly recommended the loading, but you can use it error page. Not highly recommended to use loading, right? Because it takes a long time or it takes a while. Okay, sounds great. Sounds makes a difference, right? But we need to update to the you know client component. Control X, example, uh, convert this file to client component, right? Yeah, that's not difficult, but I try to explain to you better. But what the problem is, ah, no, it's not working. Convert this file to client component. No, it's not working. But let me that file and go to the ChatGPT because it will fix our problem and also not time consuming as well, right? Convert into Next.js client component. Yeah. Just explain the basic and fundamentals of client side, not fully of them, follow of them, right? You can see right here, users, errors, blah, blah, blah. It's written, it should be written in the client side, right? how it works, I need to display and I need to explain the better. And copy that file and pass here. What the problem is working. Okay, error, no problem. Error should, it should be unknown, I think. No. Okay, it's a type error. No, it's working. Okay, no problem. If I'm gonna go to the local host, users, export in user page, loading state working, but we need to delete loading and reader state in the client side because in itself is it's already here, right? You can see right here, loading, um, the error. Sorry, it's a problem. It's a problem. Users. If I'm gonna refresh, yeah, it's working, right? It's working. If I'm gonna refresh, loading, blah 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 blah, and immediately displayed, right? Successfully. But highly recommended to fix data and display data by using the server components, not client components, interacting with the user or something like that, right? Okay, sounds great. Yeah. See you guys next video. We have a lot of topics in the next two videos, and we will complete all topics in next year. Thank you.